Boy, when you hear the word South Dakota, most people are thinking first off pheasant country. And we're here in the middle of pheasant country in Draper, South Dakota at Bad River Bucks and Birds. They're one of our long-time standing plat-approved outfitters. They run a great operation. Brett Weibel and his staff do an excellent job in accommodations and food, and especially in giving the opportunity to hunt wild birds here in South Dakota. We'll also have a chance possibly at some sharp-tailed grouse and prairie chickens, and their overall operation even includes white-tailed deer, mule deer, prairie dogs, dove hunting, fishing for walleye and pike in the pier area, and also spring turkey. So boy, we're here to check out their operation again this year to be part of our new pro member sweepstakes at the Sportsman's News, and we'll be giving away a trip for 2 people to return with us in 2016 to partake of all that they have to offer here at Bad River Bucks and Birds in Draper, South Dakota. Well, as you can see, we're here in Draper, South Dakota with Bad River Bucks and Birds, and a little snow this week. On Monday and Tuesday they got almost a foot. So this is as much snow as we've ever hunted in this time of year here. We're here the first week in December. The bird populations just skyrocket this time of year. They really start to concentrate even without the snow like this. But we're getting ready to push and block here on a large kind of a CRP area with a shelter belt to the right and corn stubble here behind us. So boy, a lot of birds were flying from the edges into the middle. So let's see what we can do here on our first day at Bad River Bucks and Birds in Draper, South Dakota. Ken Danjanovich from Sports and Zoos here with Brett Weibel from Bad River Bucks and Birds. Brett, you know, this is we've been here quite a few times now, and you're a great host and run a great operation. Tell us a little bit about your accommodations here at Bad River.
All right, we have 10 rooms. Each room has 2 queen-size beds and their own half bath. We actually do have an overflow room. We do have 21 beds, so we can accommodate 21 people. You've been coming out here, I think, probably for 7-8 years, a late season December hunt. The weather varies quite a bit. I think it's about 30 degrees colder last year than it was this year, but we're still shooting a lot of birds. You know, a lot of people think that the pheasants throughout the season they get shot up, but we had a heck of a good hunt. Shot some chickens and sharp-tails yesterday and shot a lot of wild pheasants.
Yeah, it's interesting. Really what it comes down to this time of the year is that the weather actually concentrates the birds even more so, especially in operations like yours where you've got some water, you've got a lot of shelter belts, and in fact that's what you're hunting a lot, and so that's why this time of year especially, is so appealing to us.
Yes, and very true. You know, yesterday it kind of fought us a little bit. It got in the mid-40s, it got a little soft out and stuff like that. We did get into some really good shoots though. Definitely can find birds, and like I said, when you get one you appreciate it a little bit more because they are wild.
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit about your season. You have preserve status here, so you've got certain acres that are tied into the preserve side of it, and then other acres that you're basically hunting wild birds, I guess what most people would consider that. But tell us a little bit about the length of your season and how you do your hunts.
Preserve season starts 1st September and it runs through the 31st of March. And that's for the pheasants. We still shoot a very, very high majority of wild pheasants, even on preserve status. And then you can tie in, especially early season, you can do morning doves. The sharp-tails and prairie chickens come in usually the 3rd Saturday in September. And then the regular season opens up, it's the 3rd Saturday in October always, so it varies. I think this year is on the 16th, and it runs through usually the Sunday after the New Year.
Well, we're on this tree line this morning. We got a pretty good wind going, probably about 15 to 20 miles an hour, and we're doing a push down a shelter belt. I can start to see the hunters now coming. They're just coming down over a little ridge, so this is usually a pretty good spot to start seeing some birds, which we have had a few coming out right now. So see what happens. It's a little bit of a challenge this year with quite a bit of snow on the ground that hit this week, and the wind, and these birds don't like to fly quite as much when the wind's blowing, and when they do, about Mach 12. So see how we do today here with Bad River bucks and birds. And then other operations you actually run here, you've really turned yourself into almost a year-round facility in a way, because you not only have your pheasants and your upland game in the fall, you've got great prairie dog hunting in the summer months. You've got both whitetail and mule deer hunts and turkeys in the spring.
Yes, yeah, we start usually first week in April we start turkey hunting, then we roll right into our prairie dog hunting. We roll usually from about May 10th to about June 30th, and then we start back up with the prairie dogs again, usually in about July 30th. Like I said, this year we went right out the pheasant opener, so the 17th October, and we had great shoots all the way through. We got about, should have right around 70 different prairie dog towns this spring, so that ensures some really good shooting. So, you know, typically 200 to 400 rounds a day, so that works out perfect.
And then you actually do a little bit of fishing up in the pier area, I think, too, and a little bit of golfing if you need to.
Yes, we do tie a little bit of everything in there. So Kyle, you met my head guy Kyle, he's been with me a long time, so he does that all summer. He does walleye fishing up there. Also very good smallmouth bass, and then some big northerns come out of there. Typical, you know, they catch 20, 24-pound northerns out of there, so that's a big fish for the lower 48. So.
And then in this particular area, you were considered in western?
We were West River, they call us.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, West River.
West River, South Dakota, the western, that's where we get into the mule deer. We get a lot of sharp tails and prairie chickens, so we get a lot of bonus birds and all that other stuff. So it's definitely a benefit on our end.
Well, you know, this is one of the good things about being part of our Platinum Approved Outfitters family, like Bad River Bucks and Birds is that we've started our new membership, pro member program, of course, that many of you have heard about. And this year was the first year that we've started this new program, and Bad River Bucks and Birds will be putting a hunt together for us for the pheasant hunt for the coming year for 2016. And then we're also in negotiations about working out probably an archery deer hunt as well. So we've got some great things coming up in our pro membership program, also with Brett here at Bad River, and boy, they're a great operation. And that's the one thing that we always stress in our Platinum Approved Outfitters. They deliver on what they advertise. And boy, Brett, you've done a great job at that.
Thank you once again. Thank you. It's been a true pleasure.
Well, we've completed another successful hunt here with Bad River Bucks and Birds in Draper, South Dakota. You know, we had a little bit of a challenge this year with the snow hit 2 or 3 days before we arrived, but Brett and his crew came through in flying colors. We had, of course, great pheasant experience here again, but even a little bonus here of a little prairie chicken and a sharp-tailed grouse this afternoon as well. So, boy, the next time you're looking for a great adventure here in South Dakota, the pheasant capital of the world, give Brett Wabel and his staff a call at Bad River Bucks and Birds, and you won't be disappointed. They've been one of our longtime Platinum Approved Outfitters, and they deliver on what they advertise. Bad River Bucks and Birds, Draper, South Dakota. And as always, thank you for joining us on this edition of Sportsman's News Television.
Sportsman's News Television is brought to you by Vortex Optics, the force of optics. Sitka, turning clothing into gear. CVA, it's just a better gun. Bushnell Trophy Cams, bulletproof reliability for life. Double Tap Ammunition, handcrafted, American-made precision ammunition. And by Jumping Jack, from trailer to tent in 5 minutes.